The Fabulous 413 podcast is funded by Window World of Western Mass, a local family business with experienced craftsmen offering vinyl, composite, and James Hardie siding. WindowWorldofWesternMA.com. The Fabulous 413 podcast is funded by UMass Amherst School of Public Policy. Admissions now open for graduate programs in 2025. Learn how to become a changemaker at umass.edu/SPP.
Welcome to the Fabulous 413. I'm Khalees Smith.
And I'm Monty Belmonte.
And today we want you to stay up late.
Because that way you can see two of our guests on stage in Northampton tonight.
In addition to the music, we have a layover in Shelburne Falls to put the left and right coasts against each other in a wine thunderdome at Juicebox Wine Bar.
For Live Music Friday, we'll hear from Bella's Bar Talk, who are wrapping up their winter-spring residency at the Iron Horse this evening.
And joining them on this stage this evening is a two-piece genre-defying but punk-rooted band just back from a 10-day tour with new songs in tow.
We're encouraging you to stay up late.
The Iron Horse, which is just on the verge of celebrating its first anniversary of being reopened, has been easing back into its late-night offerings, and today we're giving you a taste of two of the bands you can hear if you head to Northampton in the wee hours tonight.
We're so old now that we consider 10 p.m. to be wee hours. I'm not. Anyway.
Me too, but
yeah, now that I don't do the morning show, I get to stay up wicked late, and I love it.
Also, I am in a band, and we play in those wee hours.
Yeah, right. You'll hear today from Bella's Bar Talk in a few, but we'll start with another band on that late-night bill tonight, Film and Gender.
Film and Gender branched out of the friendship and previous band incarnations of its two members, Isley and Brett. They make loud, catchy, unapologetically queer songs that are so rich and fun you'll forget there's only two people on stage.
Stalwarts and heavy endorsers of the DIY local punk scene, they've just come off a 10-date tour up and down the Eastern Seaboard with fellow rockers Anita Velveeta, and tonight they'll play at the Iron Horse, which is just barely big enough to contain their sound. With us to talk about the show and their recent tour is one half of Film and Gender, Isley.
Howdy.
Hi.
Welcome back to the show.
Pleasure to be on again.
Have you ever played the Iron Horse?
No, it's like an intimidatingly nice venue for us. Like, to be like at the night after on the 19th, we're diving back into an Alston basement just as a palate cleanser because the prospect of having our own green room is a little sickening.
There's a shower in there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
Is
nice
it clean?
room now.
It's
too.
clean.
Oh,
It's
okay.
clean. Yeah.
It's clean. It's really like you probably never saw the old Iron Horse green room, but it was painted red as if it needed to obscure blood on the walls from somewhere. The floor was super uneven, and for a room that was as nice sounding and generally nice looking, if you didn't look at the furniture too closely, as the Iron Horse, the green room definitely was like the thing that was not like the others.
You know, it would have been right up Film and Gender's alley.
But now it's very clean, and there's a couch and a wet bar, and it's great. But have you been to a show there yet?
I have not been to the Iron Horse.
So
no.
this is your first time being
being
at all,
in the
and you're
Iron
getting
Horse.
up on stage.
Yeah, it'll be great. It's always a pleasure to like periodically play these nicer, like established venues like the Iron Horse. We played Stone Church in Brattleboro, Vermont, and we've played Marigold in East Hampton. So it's like we're very used to DIY spaces, whether that be basements or like living rooms or community centers or college campus, like on a classroom or wherever they want to throw us. And being able to play in like a nice established venue with like monitors and all these great little like, green room, as I said, it's a pleasure. It's not what I'm happy that it can be something that we do in the minority of the time because we are primarily a DIY band, and I think we thrive in DIY spaces where I'm eye level with people. Being on the stage is incredibly fun, but being on a big stage can be. It can interfere with some of the dynamics that I love that I play this kind of music for, which is like that intimacy of DIY music and being able to go out in the crowd quite easily and mosh with people during our set.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great treat, and it's a nice pleasure to be playing at the Iron Horse.
You just got off tour.
Yes.
And so were you playing basements and things mostly then, or were you playing theaters?
Mostly basements and like community DIY spaces. We played a really cool spot in Herndon, Virginia called Arts Herndon, which is just like a community center, and we set up in the middle of it, and it was excellent. Great people. It was really fun because mostly we play in the Northeast, New England area, and it's a privilege that, these people who come out to our shows in the Northeast, they kind of know all our songs and they sing along with us. And it's a privilege and a pleasure to have gotten to that point through a lot of work that me and Brett have done. But still, like, I'm incredibly privileged to do what I do as much as I do. And playing to crowds who didn't know us as well, at least the majority of them, and having to win them over was like something I haven't been able to do in a long time. And it was so fun to go to DC and to Philly for the first times and to win them over.
How hard was it to put that tour together, or did you get asked to come along with Anita Velveeta for the dates that they had planned out?
So I had met Anita last year in 2024 along one of their tours, and we did a couple, small run 3-4 shows in the Northeast with them. And we started planning this out like November, December, and we got the majority of the work done. This is from past experiences of planning tours, and I've learned that 2 things. Doing it earlier is always better, at least like 3, 4, 5 months out. And number 2, like doing it myself or ourselves, because what's always the worst is relying on someone that's relying on someone to book my band. When doing it firsthand and getting it all done, and it's DIY music, so like things are always in pencil to some degree, and there's like some things that moved around. Bands drop, venues get busted by cops, and now they don't exist anymore. So we had to move them around. But it was incredibly smooth, and I think me and Anita, like collaborating on this, and being like 2 established bands who like we have music to share and we have a following pre-existing, made it easier. And I think that bore out in how well the tour went. Like, we had 10 shows across 11 days, 5 in the Northeast and then 5 kind of in the Mid-Atlantic region. And we didn't have a bad show, which is pretty incredible. Like, when as a DIY band, when you go on tour like that, you kind of, like, have a built-in, like, hey, we're going to have 1, maybe 2, hopefully no more than 2, like, kind of off nights. We're playing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. It's not always the easiest in places where I've never played before. And we're relying on local bands, to draw crowds, and that's hard. But we were able to sell out a couple venues on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. These are usually lower cap venues of like 80 to 100 people, but like that's enough to have a show and a great time. And like, not that I don't do this for the money. I hate money, but like the goal was to kind of return on investment what we put into the tour, which is just like gas and then restocking merch, and to a lesser degree like getting a rental car for the further legs, and hitting that return on investment, and we were able to clear that, which was very nice.
We're speaking with Isley, who is one half of the band Film and Gender, who will help to re-inaugurate the notion of late-night shows at the Iron Horse, along with our other guests today for Live Music Friday, Bellis Bartok, tonight. You mentioned that you hate money, and yet work is essential to life in some ways that we live right now, and you mentioned off the air that you worked at a pickleball club and that you love pickleball.
I love I know you can't see me, this is radio, but if you look at me, you would not think I like sports or athletics. Not to pigeonhole myself too much.
But you are wearing a shirt that says "Dance Like Nobody's Watching."
Yeah, that's athletics.
I like to dance. I grew up watching NASCAR every Sunday afternoon on the TV, and so like that's been instilled with me. I've kind of picked up in more recent years like football, like keeping up with the NFL and the NBA and F1. I played like volleyball and basketball and soccer throughout high school. I'm into athletics.
What is it about pickleball that's the appeal? I've played it one time, but it's like a sensation, and yet it drives people nuts because the rackets are so loud. Tell us what you love about pickleball.
I would say it's a low entry level sport. It's pretty easy to become competent if you're putting the effort in, and so it's definitely not intimidating. As intimidating as like tennis, obviously, is analogous to, where that's much higher level. I feel like the standard deviation is much wider for tennis players. For pickleball players, I feel like I know that you can get to a point where you can hang in there with most players pretty quickly.
I don't actually know the rules. I've never played.
We should do a segment on pickleball.
We tried to, and then the program decided to not happen.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was this point where like HCC was basically doing kind of an open learn to play pickleball. We're starting a pickleball association, and then like a couple of weeks before like they were supposed to launch, they were like, haha, just kidding.
I did it once on the other radio show with Hillary Price, a Rhymes with Orange cartoonist who loves pickleball, so that was really fun. But we should do that again.
Hell yeah.
Anyway. We're speaking with Isley from Film and Gender. Is punk a fair assessment, or do you
Punk is
like not to be classified?
Like, to me, like genres are dead, and like punk is a protest genre to me, where it's like anything that has like a guitar and drums and like yelly lyrics kind of gets, but that's vaguely political. It gets thrown into punk, and which I think punk is probably of like the normal genres of music most people can understand, at least digest pretty easily, is probably most fitting. Though, like, I mean, we just released a new single about 2 weeks ago called "I Wish I Never Made You," and that's definitely a song, like a song that kind of I would hope kind of pushes the boundaries of what Film and Gender can sound like organically. It's all, as you know, we ran into setting up this interview, it's all very explicit. I mean, we've released 9 songs as of me speaking, and I think 7 or 8 of them could never really touch a radio
easily.
Without heavily modifying them. And that's like going back to I Hate Money, and like thus like Film and Gender as a creative project is inherently anti-capitalistic. Because if we wanted to make pop music, I'd be writing these songs very differently, and I write these songs incredibly just from the heart and what comes to mind. And like obviously I can tone down for the radio, but if you know, I'm known to have a sailor's mouth sometimes.
So are we. We're just really well behaved.
Yes.
On this particular platform.
When on air and being recorded, but talk about pushing your style and your predilections in songwriting for your new work.
Yeah, so I mean, Film and Gender started kind of as a Dead Milkmen cover band. That's where I got inspired to play bass as how I play bass several years ago. And over time, like, I don't listen to much punk music anymore. I mainly listen to hip hop music now. Like my main squeezes right now are like Brand Nubian. I love Freestyle Fellowship. Inner City Griots by Freestyle Fellowship might be my favorite album of all time. Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I could go on, but nonetheless, and also just hearing other bands that we play with. Given like I kind of mentioned, but punk, like our kind of general vibe as a band, we kind of have the privilege of shifting between scenes. Like we play with screamo bands, we play with like rock bands, we play with hardcore bands and punk bands, and like I love playing with like electronic music influence bands, or we've been on like hip hop bills, which I love, and so I get like influences from.
You're about to play with an electro klezmer band.
Exactly, and it's great because I feel like a lot of bands who fit genres a little more snugly kind of get pigeonholed into only like hardcore bands only play with hardcore on hardcore bills, and screamo bands only play on screamo bills, which is like still great, and that's like their culture, and that's awesome. But like for the new single, last year we opened for a Midwest screamo band called Middling. They're from Ohio. They're great. And something I heard of that show, this is like inspired the main bass riff for I Wish I Never Made You, which is like a very kind of lullaby, twangy, like it's just all on the G string of my bass. And then, you know, it was just something I was kind of playing to myself, and it was catchy, but I didn't really expect to do anything with it until like I was playing it when me and Brett were practicing, and he started playing to it on drums, and it was like, wow, this is something. You know, like, and Brett's in that time and again where he like hears things that I do, and he kind of ties it all together without me even really having to say anything, because we have that connection, and Brett is super talented. I love you, Brett. And like, you know, the song, I've always in the past struggled writing personally vulnerable music that's about personal experiences I've had, and I think it's really common for I'm a trans person, if this wasn't clear. I've been on estrogen for 3 years, and I think it's a really common experience for people who are just starting to transition to get taken advantage of sexually by people, and not really knowing what motivations people have with you.
We objectify, to dehumanize, to fetishize, and sexualize. We objectify, to dehumanize, to fetishize, and sexualize.
People, like trans people, often they grow up in bodies that they hate, they don't like, whether, you know, you're a trans masc or trans femme, and receiving affection for your body as it changes, you know, it feels really nice, because, you know, you like I grew up never imagining anyone could love my body for the way I wanted to see it. And, when that started to change and I could love my body for the first time really in my life, and, people started giving me attention for it, and it's really hard to draw the line of when people are fetishizing you for their own personal gains and enjoyment versus like them really loving you for who you are. And that's what the single is about.
I love it so much.
I hope we get to play a version of it.
Yes.
To play a snippet of it. Yes.
I love DIY spaces. I love playing them, the energy of playing those spaces as opposed to a stage that has staff, shall we say.
I think a door person, maybe. Door and sound person.
is different, but at the same time, especially in today's climate, I feel like it's important for bands like yours to be on those stages for people to see and engage with. In that same intimacy, have you felt the intimacy on those stages to be of a different caliber? If it does generally feel different on those larger stages as opposed to DIY spaces, especially in current climate when I think seeing more queer folks, more trans folks on stages in like any context is really important.
I 100% agree. Well, I definitely do prefer on like a show-to-show basis playing in DIY spaces. I think it's incredibly important for any artist belonging to any minority, whether it be race or gender identity, et cetera, to be on these larger stages, because people who don't interact with trans people on a daily basis in a meaningful way, they aren't going to be coming to a Alston basement. They aren't going to be coming to a living room that I play in Albany, or they aren't going to UMass. But going to a venue like the Iron Horse or the Marigold Theater in East Hampton, I could go on. But nonetheless, that's our chance to get in front of these people who would never interact with DIY queer music otherwise. And it's a chance to humanize myself, of course, and also just like the larger community of people that I represent. And I would say I focus way more on when I'm playing on these big stages of like playing incredibly well and making sure people know that what I'm saying on stage is I mean it. And, I'm not saying these things because I think it's cool or trendy to identify as I do or to feel as I do politically. A lot of our music is incredibly political, and my goal is whenever I step on a stage, but especially when I step on these larger stages, is to make sure whether like they respect me or not as a human being, that they know I care more than anyone else who came on before me and anyone else who plays after me that night, by giving everything I have and displaying all the energy in every facet of my playing.
I think despite the fact that it has a nice green room with a shower in it now and is a stage with a sound person and a door person, that you will find the Iron Horse to be remarkably intimate still at the same time. So I think you'll have the ability to connect with that audience there late tonight.
I look forward to it.
But also that room just sounds so good.
Yeah. It'll sound even better when it's real loud in there.
Yeah.
I hope they like feedback.
Because that's what you're getting.
It's just facts.
About your band, Isley, Film and Gender, where should people go?
Best place is Instagram at film_and_gender. We have plenty of music on Spotify, and you can find us at the Iron Horse tonight. Thank you. DIY or die.
Yeah, thanks.
And on Bandcamp.
Thanks, Isley.
As Bandcamp Friday approaches. And we'll hear the band that will join Film and Gender on stage at the Iron Horse tonight for Live Music Friday. Bella's Bartok joins us shortly.
But first, a coastal turf war, and the ammunition is orange wine. The Thunderdome heads to Juicebox in Shelburne Falls next.
You're listening to the Fabulous 413 on 88.5 NEPM.
The Fabulous 413 podcast is funded by Real Pickles, a worker-owned cooperative in Greenfield producing organic fermented vegetables sourced from Northeast farms. More information at realpickles.com. The Fabulous 413 podcast is funded by the UMass 5 College Credit Union, offering co-op advantage checking with cash back on all purchases, plus secure debit card controls, all from the UMass 5 mobile banking app. Insured by NCUA, UMass5.coop.
We're at one of our favorite Franklin County places to drink for this wine Thunderdome here at Juice Box in Shelburne Falls, on the Shelburne side of Shelburne Falls, where the back patio is open and you can look at the beautiful river. You have to take your wine out through this little window, even though if you were on the exact opposite side of this iron bridge in the Buckland side of Shelburne Falls, they have open container laws. You wouldn't have to worry about that at all. Right, Alice Thompson, owner of Juice Box?
Yeah, but we do like the idea of a takeout window. People get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
It is kind of cute.
Do you think we should do the takeout window?
Outside is nice.
You have to be in here because you're in
Yeah.
charge of the place.
So
And we
we'll
wouldn't
be in
get we
here.
wouldn't get to talk to you,
Yes.
so we'll stay in here for that. And you have kind of crafted via your wine menu a natural Thunderdome for us here.
Yeah, well, just now. I just thought of it now.
Honestly, like, that is the way that most of these end up working,
Yeah.
where a lot of the time we show up at a place and someone's like, well,
Yeah.
give me a minute.
Build the plane in the air.
But it's also, like, I think it's weather dependent, you know?
Yeah.
Like, today's pretty warm, so I think something like orange wine is a nice choice for today. If it was chilly, I wouldn't say orange wine, you know?
And these are 2 orange wines.
Yeah, 2 orange wines. One's from California and one's from Acton, Massachusetts, the only natural winery in Massachusetts.
Acton, famously known for its grapes.
Exactly. Fast Acton.
Boom! Tough actin' to actin'.
East Coast West Coast battle. I love this.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Also, orange wine, for those who don't remember. Some people put it in the category of rosé because it's colored in a light way, like many rosés are, but it's essentially white wine made like red wine because they leave the clear juice that comes out of white grapes with the skins longer than they usually would with a white wine.
Right, exactly. That's how the hue comes about. The longer you leave it with the skins on, the more of a hue it gets.
Right.
Exactly the same as rosé, just with different grapes.
And red wine, they just leave it with the skins a lot longer, and it gets redder and redder, and depending on the type of skins, very red or maybe not that much red.
But then, like, some other things from the skins come out, and the flavor also, you get, like, some elements that you wouldn't necessarily if it wasn't left on them.
Right, and I love the richness that leaving it with the skins and the lees.
There is actual orange, the fruit wine.
And that is not what we're
That's
talking
not what we're
about.
talking about.
Although I'd try it.
I mean, fruit wine is its own thing.
Yeah.
It's an entirely valid thing. People will look at it and disparage, but, like, fruit wine is entirely valid, but it is kind of its own beast.
And it's not something we've ever tasted on this show, despite having done it for 2 years. So
But
you may.
technically, we were given bottles, we just didn't taste them at the time.
Yeah, we didn't Thunderdome with them.
No.
Should we get some food?
Sure.
Do you know what I think about all the time?
You think about the pate.
I do. I literally will be at my home in Turner's Falls, and my mind will wander down Route 2 to Shelburne Falls and think, oh, the pate with the juice box cheese plate.
Yeah, and I think about how evenly our table was split as to who wanted pate and who definitely did not want pate.
Yeah.
And that split is still here today.
I love all the pate.
It's for you.
Yeah. This has also become one of my wife's go-to favorite places, too, which is so much fun. Okay, what one are we going to try first here at Juice Box in Shelburne Falls, Alice?
Let's try the Big Orange from Wonderwork. They're from Gilroy, California.
California, known for its vineyards and its wineries and its grapes.
It's so pretty. It is like honey colored.
It is orange. So, you know,
Definitely orange.
yeah, not a lot of orange wine looks orange, but this one's
Yeah.
called Big Orange, looks orange. The label's got a cool illustration and a lot of orange and black color on it.
This has a super neat nose.
Oh, yeah. It's alluding to something. I can't remember what it is exactly, though. I mean, it is a little bit citrusy, but not quite like an orange.
No, definitely floral-y.
It's like a honeysuckle and almost people who think cilantro tastes like soap and citrus.
But more like almost olive-y, like olive oil-y.
I can see that. Oh, you always have really fun tasting notes and descriptions. You got a good one for that?
For me, personally, I would think like really unripe starfruit. I bit into one like a few weeks ago, and I was like,
This is the Big Orange wine from Gilroy, California. Where's Gilroy? I don't think I know that.
It's where the garlic comes from.
Oh.
Northern California.
Northern California?
Yes.
They have a garlic festival, which sadly had some tragedy a few years back.
Yikes.
But their garlic festival has been known. It's like huge, like the Quabbin one, but not as co-op-y focused.
We love our own garlic festival here, the Garlic and Arts Festival. This Wonderwork Big Orange, tell us what the grape breakdown is, Alice Thompson from Juice Box.
So there's a Chenin Blanc, Pinot Gris, Malvasia, and Bianca.
What is Malvasia? Bianca, is that?
That's my drag name.
That is not my problem, Trixie Mattel. What the is your problem then, Katya?
I mean, it is now. It definitely is now.
I guess I'm getting rid of Ron DeSantis finally, and moving on to Malvasia Bianca.
If you do Ron DeSantis, it limits what you can show up in as costume.
Yeah.
Those are just standard off-the-rack Lucchese.
How tall are you? How tall are you, Governor? How tall?
5'11".
5'11". Okay. Why don't you wear tennis shoes and dress shoes?
I do wear tennis shoes when I work out.
Gross. This is neat. I get the starfruit thing. Yeah, it's richer than I was expecting somehow.
If you've ever had meads, it definitely smells and tastes like a mead a little bit, but maybe a little bit less boozy than some meads I've had. Very light, very refreshing. Nice chill on it, which you're hoping for in these when's April gonna show up April days. Orange rind, a pith.
Pithy.
It's some pulp. I want the one with some pulp.
It says with pulp.
You like it with pulp.
Not this much. I like the one that says some pulp. The was that for?
I'll write you up a list.
A tiny bit of common people. Like common people. But not like Disco 2000.
I quite like.
It's both funkier and juicier than I was expecting too.
But I mean, the nose on it is unlike most noses I've smelled on many different things. It's very interesting and delicious. Wonderwork, big orange.
Hey, Apple! Apple! Hey! Hey, Apple!
What? What is it?
Orange, you glad I didn't say apple again?
Yeah, that joke was funny the first 400 times you said it.
From Gilroy, California, Chenin Blanc, Pinot Gris, Malvasia Bianca.
And welcome to
In a battle of East Coast, West Coast orange wines here at Juice Box. It does taste a little juice boxy too now that you mention it in Shelburne Falls.
I do like the juicy wines.
Yeah, it is juicy. Well, it's not just a clever name.
Well, this second one, the Acton one, is A, like a little bit clearer, and B, a little more golden. It makes the first one look peachy.
This one is a yellow wine. The other one was an orange wine. This is a level of hydration chart. Don't think too much about it. This, to me, smells like a very ripe peach. And this, again, from Acton, Massachusetts.
Marseille is the winemaker, and S. Nigra is the name of the wine. I think it's supposed to be like the scientific name for elderflower.
Oh yeah, I kind of get that in this.
Yeah.
So what are the grapes in this one?
Riesling, Chardonnay, La Crescent, and Aromella. I think the last two are like hardier grapes, so they are good to grow up here.
Yeah, I've never heard of these two last grapes, La Crescent or La Crescent. I mean, I've had a croissant, but it's spelled different. And Aromella, it sounds like caramello.
Stretch it out, caramello. I think that was like developed in upstate New York.
Oh yeah, it's one of the Cornell grapes.
Yeah, there's a lot
of the Cornell grapes.
A lot of grapes that they grow here in the vineyards of Massachusetts are hybridized at Cornell.
It's got kind of a like straw fresh out of the pack, straw in both senses of the term, kind of like a plastic one you stick in a to-go container, or like a Capri Sun, and then also like straw like bales.
This one is much more lemony on the palate, even though it's peachy on the nose.
And a little bit more, like way more structured, kind of stands up a little bit more.
What do you know about these Acton people, apart from being the only natural winery in Massachusetts?
They're fairly new, maybe about 5 or 6 years. Don't quote me on that exactly.
Yeah.
But I think there's a husband and wife couple, a duo that makes the wine. Until just recently, they were also distributing their own wine. This is very much
From the ground up, like all those California wineries did back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And now look where they've come.
They do a lot of cool, other than this wine, they have a lot of cool blends with like apples and like blueberries to kind of like use what's real for Massachusetts. It's not just like bringing grapes from wherever. So, and it doesn't taste like blueberry wine. It's not like that. It's like very subtle and sophisticated as far as.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, although we have never tasted that in a Thunderdome on any of those fruit wines.
I mean, we could.
Yeah. Your tasting notes on this one again, Alice, are really fun.
Yeah, the big one for me is like creamsicle or like I didn't write this down but it smells like Welch's candy, like the gummies that you like just as soon as you open, and
yes.
I get that smell. That's the first vibe that I get.
Hello. Uh-oh, customers.
We'll let real people do things.
We'll clear out. Before we vote, Alice, you have a fun event coming up relatively shortly here, right?
Yeah, we have our first outdoor dance party, DJ party. We've got 3 DJs coming. We've got food, grilled pizzas. We just opened our backyard patio, so it's kind of a big celebration. It's gonna be fun. It's free. Come hang out.
And that's Saturday, April 26th, so a week from this Saturday.
And it's for a good cause, too.
Oh, yeah? Is it a fundraiser?
Yeah, we do. We're doing food proceeds to a farming co-op in Palestine. It's also to the DJ's birthday parties, so it's gonna.
Then the DJs are gonna bring it hard.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a dance party, a bun dance.
Oh, I see what you did there. I didn't even get that the first time. Usually right on top of that kind of
Good job.
wordplay.
Oh, it's even sweet. Like, it's even more. Now it's starting to get into like gummy peach territory. The first one.
On the second one, I can sense the Riesling background in it, but it's not as acidic as some Rieslings, but it's also not very sweet like some Rieslings. Somewhere right in the middle. This is an interesting, tough choice. You ready to vote, Khalees? There's only two of us, and that would mean Alice has to break the tie unless we both agree.
Put you right on the spot, Alice.
I already have a choice in my mind, so.
All right, you vote first then, Alice.
Oh no! I gotta be a tiebreaker.
Yes.
Okay.
California.
The California Big Orange. It's one of the weirder wines I've ever tasted.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic, but I'm voting for I'm going Massachusetts. Way to go, Acton. I think the acidic structure, the little lemony zest that's with this one, it feels, the other one, the Big Orange, it's a delicious drink, but it doesn't drink like a wine.
Yeah.
The Acton one tastes like a wine.
Are you guys doing the 413?
We are. You've interrupted our wine.
This is what the Thunderdome is generally like.
You've crashed our Thunderdome. Wait, maybe we should have them be our tiebreaker then.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I think we're going to go because
Sure.
But we'll be back another time without them. We look forward to it.
Dude, it's wonderful here.
We've done the outside parties, which are super fun.
There's one coming up.
We hope we didn't scare you away.
No. We just have hungry children.
Oh, all right. The children don't want pate?
They don't want wine?
No. The children don't want more wine. Yeah,
right.
So I am always a sucker for finesse with wine and surprises, and the Big Orange just keeps being real, like, sleek. It's never really sweet. It's gaining a little bit of structure. Like, it keeps being floral in really interesting ways, and not, like, bouncy, but lithe.
Okay, and I voted for the Acton one, the name that I can't remember.
Marseille.
The Marseille.
It's right there.
There we go, the Marseille.
Sauvage.
Great.
It is a prettier label, I will say.
It's a more, everything about it is more winey.
Yes.
And I love winey things.
No,
I do have a column called Monte Belmonte Wines in The Advocate. You're the tiebreaker, Alice Thompson, owner of the Juice Box here in Shelburne Falls. Which one wins in the Wine Thunderdome here today?
I have to go with the Marseille just because I think it's, for me, flavor-wise, it's a bit more interesting. It's a bit more fun to drink. I think the Big Orange is like really good as like a party wine, or you have like friends over, or like we're having a dance party. It's probably the perfect wine for a dance party. But this, I'm gonna like maybe drink with like maybe 2 or 3 of my best friends. You know?
Ooh, it's a best friend's wine. I love it.
Oh, and it's getting funkier. I like that both of them, with a little bit of time, gain funk. And that just speaks really well of both of them. I like them both.
And if you want to gain funk at your abundance dance party and cookout fundraising for Palestine food sovereignty
event, wine to take out
of this little window on the teetotaling Shelburne side of Shelburne Falls.
As long as you take that wine out to the patio.
Yeah, the freewheeling Buckland side of Shelburne Falls, right across the bridge. When is that dance party happening again here, Alice?
It's April 26th from 4 to 8. 3 live DJs. They're spinning vinyl. You don't see that these days, you know. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of big community vibes.
And starting early in case like you're not one of those late birds. It starts at 4.
4 to 8. It's over, you know.
It's usually like mostly children in the beginning. Like their mom, like parents and
they make
children.
it okay. They make you feel better about getting on the dance floor, honestly, because they don't worry about it. They just get out there. Yeah.
They break the seal for you.
Yes, it's very family friendly.
And despite that family not wanting to eat the food here, this is a very family friendly place despite being a wine store.
I would say so.
Yeah. My kids love it.
Thank you.
Up next, Live Music Friday with Bellas Bartok as they prepare to close out their residency of late nights at the Iron Horse later this evening.
You're listening to the Fabulous 413 on 88.5 NEPM.
The Fabulous 413 podcast is funded by the Handle Factory Community Clay Studio in Shelburne Falls, offering youth summer programs and spring adult classes in pottery and sculpture. HandleFactory.com. The Fabulous 413 podcast is funded by Northeast Solar, homegrown in Hatfield, Massachusetts, and providing energy savings for their customers for over 10 years. Learn more at northeast-solar.com.
Welcome back to the Fabulous 413. It's Live Music Friday, and we are joined by Bella's Bar Talk.
Bella's Bar Talk is a glam rock band known for raucous theatrical performances and an outspoken political message of finding hope in a world beset by cruel uncertainty. With utter joy, they seamlessly blend a rich cacophony of sound and soul into their music, with influences ranging from Queen to System of a Down and beyond.
Let your freak flag fly high, fiercely and free. Throw your societal inhibitions to the wayside and seek comfort in the warm, sonic embrace of Bella's Bar Talk. They are the night, and you are bound to boogie. And they've been embodying that night all winter long as part of a late-night residency at the Iron Horse.
And tonight is the conclusion of that residency before they go touring to farther locales next week. Welcome to the studio, Bella's Bar Talk. Oh my gosh, Bella's Bar Talk is what you are now.
Yeah.
Spoonerisms.
Love it. Well, let's start out with a song before we chat.
Sure. This is off our latest album released in 2023 of October. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may shape me. I'm not crazy. Stuck in bed or in my head, a road not taken left me shaking. All these lies for what's the cause? You stated plainly and changed me greatly. Know your part as you steal my heart. It's safe and keeping trust is fleeting. Oh, we'll work it out.
Bartok live, the Fabulous 413 Live Music Friday, playing the Iron Horse in Northampton, the late night residency tonight with our previous guests, Film and Gender, starting at 10:30.
I wish that people could be in the studio to see all of Asher's expressions.
Your facial expressions are
it's amazing.
Incredible. They're a little bit scary in the best way.
No, it's so good.
Which is why I think last time you were here, I called you like Halloween music, which is like the highest compliment I can give.
Yeah.
But then we mentioned in the intro that you were glam rock, and you all reacted in a way that was like either surprised or thrilled. I couldn't tell.
Zach, do you want to take this one?
Yeah,
Zach?
we are absolutely thrilled. As you may have noticed, especially if you've been a fan of the band for a long time, we have gone through a lot of sonic changes. We are now a 5-piece, and we have found our home in glam rock.
I
and
love
so
it.
we're really excited to hear people, acknowledge that and see us for where we are. It's cool.
And it's like the New York Dolls strain, not so much the 80s.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
No, we have great hair.
We do have fake hair.
Fantastic.
This is true.
Our moms made them.
I was commenting to myself about the range of curl going across the
yeah,
band
we're like
left to right.
we're like a curliness hair spectrum.
Most curly.
Yeah, to least curly.
We always
on
stand
one
in
side.
order of curls.
Yeah, why don't we introduce the band in order of curls?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Zachary Effman. I play the bass.
Hello, I'm Julie Posen, and I sing and I play the washboard.
I'm Asher Isaac, and I play guitar and I sing.
Hey, I'm Chris Waredy. I play guitar.
Chris has the least curl.
I am. Right. I'm the end of the spectrum.
You got a little bit in there, though.
It's wavy.
Cade,
It's
our
wavy.
drummer, might be straighter than me.
Oh, absolutely.
So-
I mean, in all the ways, I believe.
Yeah, same way.
Not just in ways.
I was about to make that
Cade
comment.
is
I'm glad I
straighter
didn't have to. What has this residency meant for your sound and developing what you do on stage? Because it's an interesting and unique opportunity to be in a spot for the same amount of time each month. Yeah.
From December to now, we've been writing new music and been exploring our sound in general. We kind of brought, for the last one we did like an unplugged, which was kind of bringing it back to the beginning when we were like a bunch of young individuals and on the street. And actually, I think it was just me at this point, playing folk punk or Americana a little bit.
Yeah.
And now we are decidedly not that, contrary to popular belief.
You're glam rock
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yes.
Planting a flag in glam rock. And the name of the residency is Death and Rebirth, Love at a Funeral. Or is that just this last show of the residency?
This last one.
So tell us why this theme and what to expect tonight at 10:30.
Après-vous. Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's kind of putting to bed like the pre-COVID ska lineup, I guess, and then we've been trying to find our voice since then, and this is, putting to bed the last 14 years and arising as the Phoenix would in this new, well, not new anymore. We've been in this configuration for about 3 years, and we're ready to be loud and proud about it.
Excellent. Well,
Let's take a break.
let's take a little break.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
come back and we'll hear more live music. This is Live Music Friday from one of the bands playing late tonight at the Iron Horse in Northampton, Bella's Bar Talk.
You're listening to the Fabulous 413 on 88.5 NEPM.
Welcome back to the Fabulous 413, and if you can believe it, it's a Live Music Friday once again. And that's my David Lynch impression. And we are, oh yes, I think 90% of my brain since he passed away has been taken up by David Lynch. And we're here with Bella's Bar Talk, who will be taking over the Iron Horse once again tonight, 10:30, with our friends in Film and Gender who joined us earlier in the show.
No, let's hear music.
Let's hear another song from Bella's Bar Talk.
Yeah.
Here is one of our oldest tunes called The Walking Dead, about a comic book lover who can't be with us anymore, but it's going out to him.
So good.
So good.
Bella's Bar Talk playing tonight, late show at the Iron Horse in Northampton with the band Film and Gender.
Before they go on tour halfway across the country, you're going to Wisconsin.
Detroit.
And then when's your next concert in the area?
We are playing Worcester out to lunch this summer, so be on the lookout for
right.
that.
We're going to be in Greenfield on the 27th.
Ooh, Strange Creek.
Yeah, Strange Creek, Saturday.
Strange Creek is the next time we are in this area, yeah.
And before we let you go in just a few seconds we have left, you have to get up early because your niece, who loves Film and Gender, is going to be in a show tomorrow that we've talked about.
At the Iron Horse, and I believe it's from, 10 to 1?
Something like
that.
The Rise Festival.
Rocking Puppies will be going on, if I may. A little nepotism right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're wonderful.
12:30.
And
they're set.
Your niece is how old?
She's 9 3/4, and she'll be 10 on May 7th.
Wow, there you go.
Yes.
And they're playing
It's rock and roll.
tomorrow. Well, thanks again to Bella's Bar Talk. Have a great show late night tonight, 10:30 with Film and Gender.
And have a safe tour.
Yes, and next week on the Fabulous 413, Earth Day is on the horizon.
So we'll see how she's doing and talk to folks about the water and about keeping the lights off for all of our pollinators and ourselves.
We'll also be hunting for Candlepin Bowling. Our first stop, Shelburne Falls Bowling Alley in Shelburne Falls.
We'll also relive some of our events from 413 Day this past Sunday.
And we're going to go birding on UMass campus.
Yes, and maybe see the falcons, but that's neither here nor there. There's other birds, too, besides those falcons.
Yeah. I'm Monty Belmonte.
I'm Khalid Smith. Have a great weekend, everybody.